start, Mr. Alston, with you, sir, for the park reports.
Did you miss us?
Yes, I do miss y'all.
Okay.
Can I come back?
Was that on the agenda?
He asked.
We did. Fair enough.
All right, so we're going to give an update since the last time we met. We did cancel the last meeting for various reasons, so we have a couple of months to catch up on here, about a month and a half. So a number of you guys were out there, but the Memorial Day celebration at Davis Bailey Park on the 31st unveiled the new monument out there. It was very well attended, very well planned ceremony. We were honored to be a part of it and to help that ceremony. And I think we found a new way to run that ceremony, which is exciting as well. Very well attended. Out at Davis Bailey, we've had a number of different programs. One of our more popular ones is this Fun in the Sun and movement. It's really geared towards the little ones, toddlers. And man, they have a great time out there. So they had a really good time. A real cool story. You guys remember our last meeting, we were talking about the pitch, hit, and run and home run derby that are MLB sponsored events that we were taking part in. The home run derby winner actually out there, 13-year-old Warren Judy, he actually advanced to the regional. And then from there, he went to advance to the national, which him and his dad got a free trip over to Seattle. So what a great experience for him. You know, something that might not have happened if we hadn't been able to bring that program out there. We had pretty good participation in pitch, hit, and run. Weather was kind of making it difficult. We've partnered with planning to be the site of our comprehensive plan review public workshops for people to come in and put in their input. You can see it's a pretty good crowd out there. The basketball and volleyball are wrapping up. We're going to try again for co-ed kickball and possibly the softball. We weren't able to really make the leagues first go around, so we're going to really amp up. And I've already told fire, sheriff, EMS that I'm telling each other that the others said that they're going to beat them at kickball, so hopefully I'll get them all riled up. They'll get some teams going. We're also got flag football. We've got 2 teams that we were able to get together, and they will compete with the rest of the Y's flag football teams. So they'll travel to Somerville. Somerville will travel up to Davis Bailey. So it's a good start. We did some open CPR training for the public for EMS week. And EMS also had their family fun day out there while they were doing it with a dunk take and all sorts of stuff. So we were real happy to help them plan that and be a venue for them. So we had a lot of field day events, end of school year events for the local schools. Some were relatively large. We saw over 600 students over the span of 3 days, 200 to 300 students a day. So that was a lot of fun to see. They were having a really good time out there. We had a really good turnout with the adaptive fishing program. and really just folks to learn, some with various different special needs, able to cater to show them the basics of fishing and hopefully get them into the hobby. And the Hurricane Expo on June 3rd. We had a really good turnout for the Hurricane Expo compared to last Hurricane Expos that we've put on. So we think we found a new venue, a new site plan. We had a train going around the pond for kids to hop on. So emergency management and all the other departments really thought that they reached a lot of people with this Hurricane Expo, which we were really excited to be a part of. We got a number of small programs going on. One of carnivorous bog plant program. You get to make your own carnivorous bog, take home. Family fishing clinics with DNR. We actually had DNR out there a couple of weeks ago doing a survey in the pond, and they pulled out a 5.5 and a 6 foot or pound bass. So they're out there. So
Did they say where they found them?
I know where they found them. I can tell you off air. Our first porch picking was really well attended. It was really nice. You know, really it's intended to be a very intimate, just a 1 or 2 piece band, playing music for a couple hours, bring the family and the pups out, let the kids run wild. We have a nice shaded spot for it, so everyone really enjoyed it. And our next one's on Friday as well, if you're interested. This one is really cool, and I'm sure y'all are very familiar with the Birds of Prey out in Awendaw. They were able to come out and give us a 1-hour program. Kids loved it. It's really neat to learn about some native species, others that were, you know, endangered that they were tending to. So we're doing it again early next month, but the date is leaving me right now. So look for advertisements in your newsletters and all that good stuff. If it's something you're interested in. The department participated in CPR and first aid training. We didn't hit everybody on the first go round, but we're going to have another training here in a month or two to try to get the rest of the folks that couldn't make it. So thank you for EMS for coming out and giving our staff training on basic life services. Just the numbers since June 1st.
Those are year-to-date numbers.
From June 1st to July 14th. And we've been opening up Davis Bailey's concession stand on the weekends and whenever there's games or practices going on out there. So, you know, there's hit and miss days. We'll have days that the concession does really well, and then some days I think it's getting so darn hot out there. We're seeing a lull right now just in everything. So So Rosebrook Park continues to be under the purview of the Asher River Park staff, which is working out really well. Nature walks, we've had a few out there. As well as geocaching. We had one of those this morning. Texas Community Park, where summer feeding programs operating out of there. They're just wrapping up. And also their monthly ministry is allowance is held out there.
Austin, is the summer feeding program in conjunction with Low Country Food Bank, or who's that with?
Yes, it is. And they've been doing it the past couple of years. So I was out at Pine Trace the other day. They've plopped the construction trailer down. They're really starting to fence off trees. I see silt fencing's getting ready to be put up. So they're really starting to move out there, which is exciting to see. So as a result of the funding that was handed down from the state, being able to, we got $2 million for the Rosebrook connector, which was able to free up some funding to fully fund Swan Drive as was priced to us. We were going to have to look at it and possibly make some cuts, but luckily the state provided funding for the Rosebrook connector, which is exciting. Kind of gives that a shot in the arm, as well as we received $1 million for the Oak Brook Sports Complex, over $2 million over two-year period. Hopefully I'll be able to give you all a more visual update once we sure up the direction that administration wants to go.
And do you know if it's just going to be pedestrian or bike as well?
It's as what was delivered to us through the 30% documents, it was a 12-foot wide. So it could be both, certainly. The slope's at grade, ADA grade, with one switchback, which will eventually pour into the, connect to the Oak Brook Library property.
Are we still calling it Oak Brook Library?
For now,
We're calling it that for now. Or something. It won't be called. All right, the real Oak Brook Sports Complex. Yeah, it is veering a little off the beaten path over there a little bit, but So a little bit of behind the scenes stuff going on with the YMCA for the Oak Brook Sports Complex, but things are moving forward. And I don't know, Joe, I don't know, have y'all received any sort of updated?
Yeah, we just
On
sent
your end?
documents back to Jason today,
Okay,
so he should have everything on his side.
right on. Stowe Lakes Park. We did meet with Stan Tech at Stowe Lakes Park. They really wanted to gauge what we were looking for out there. So with as per the master plan called for, a campground site out there, which I think that location is very conducive for it. With that, there's some DHEC regulations that we have to make sure that we're, I guess that's gonna steer what the design is, how many campsites, how many primitive campsites, what the bathhouse looks like, that kind of stuff. So we're working with Stan Tech to figure out what that looks like. We haven't met with them. They're gonna go to the drawing board and provide an A, B, and C, or 1, 2, 3, and bring them back to us. Not sure what the timetable for that looks like.
Have they ever given you an updated date for permitting? I know that was a big thing.
Yeah, we're not even there yet.
We're probably gonna entertain some conversation with the state, get some agreements at the state level to do what we want to do. I think we're looking to come back to this commission early fall, maybe September,
Mm-hmm.
with some concepts to get feedback at the commission level. And I think we were talking about doing it at a workshop,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not at a full commission meeting, but at a workshop meeting, or not a workshop meeting, but a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll float around some dates and send those to everyone to see if we can get a quorum. But the intent is whatever the consultant brings back, we're gonna share with you to get some input before we take it back to administration and council.
Yeah, because it's not attached to sewer, there's a lot of flow restrictions as far as the amount of full hookup sites that you can place. Versus if you have a bathhouse, then your number goes up. If you don't have a bathhouse, so there's a lot of things. They also take into account the number of primitive sites as far as the flow and what that's gonna look like for your holding tank and all that stuff. But like Brian said, there might be some legislative opportunities in the weeds as well. So stuff coming up. We had Puzzle Palooza actually last week, and that was a lot of fun. 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. The jigsaw, what was their name?
Jigsaw junkies.
The Jigsaw Junkies won at 34 minutes or something. We had about 14 teams come out. Everything from people that were very competitive about putting the puzzles together to people that just wanted to put a puzzle together at a park and enjoy the evening. Fun Fin swim program was a huge success out at Colleton County over the last 2 weeks. Thanks to the Y for providing, tons of staff, and their lifeguards are fantastic. Their swim instructors are amazing. The kids are having a blast. You'll see kids that are taller than me that show up to this pool and they're so intimidated by the pool. Their eyes are as big as saucers, and then by the end of the program, you can't get them out. They're loving the water. They not only do they teach them preventative drowning, but they teach them how to properly put on life jackets, sun protection, sunscreen, all that great stuff. So we just finished building. I'm probably a little dirty because we just finished putting up the pool at St. George Middle. We filled it with water today. Hopefully it still has water tomorrow. And then we're going to start the program next week, Monday. We've had really good registration in St. George, but we're hoping to fill all the spots. So that'll go on for 2 weeks, and then we're going to call it a season for that and figure out what worked, what didn't. See if Colleton's willing to lend the pool next summer. It is a lot. It is a lot of work to break down that pool and put it back up, and both of our staffs are pretty small. So, but I got to thank Colleton County for lending us that pool for 2 weeks. They didn't have to do that. They sent their maintenance guys out to help us put it together. We had all of our staff out there putting it together. So it was a true partnership. Couldn't have done it without YMCA, and we still have 2 weeks to go. So, but Colleton County, Somerville Medical Center has been integral partner in this as well. So we're really excited about that. We really couldn't believe that it got off the ground after people have been talking about it for 3 years now, so, or longer maybe, so and then, so we got some yoga coming up. Like I said, it's getting dang hot out there. So we kind of, this is kind of when we slow things down a little bit because, it's hard to dodge the afternoon pop-ups and it's just so dang hot. So, but we'll pick back up in the fall for sure. But it's a good opportunity for summertime hot yoga if y'all are interested. 9 to 10 a.m. Oh, that was a couple of days ago. So. You missed it, Mike. Sorry. Oh, wrong way. So, knock on wood, we're fully staffed. Chelsea McAllister started as of June 16th. She couldn't make it tonight, unfortunately. She's our park operations specialist. So Ashley River Park now is a park manager, assistant manager, and an entry-level park operations specialist. Someone that hopefully we can really groom to, and then build that culture. Stephanie Jackie is our assistant park manager. She's amazing. She's doing great stuff out there. Lots of good ideas. Summer months, we're staffed and ready to go. And actually, kids are starting to talk about going to college now. We're starting to lose them already. And we did receive the South Carolina Association of Counties Risk Management Safety Award for and I wish we had a picture, but for our QR codes that we have at the park. If you notice something as a safety, cleanliness issue, or whatever it may be, we have signs throughout the park that you can take a picture of the QR code and you put in information, your email address, and we make you attach a picture and you send it to us and get sent to our email immediately so that we can resolve whatever issue that you've run into out there. Luckily, we haven't had a whole, it's been quiet, so that's good. That means we're keeping up with things.
No way to start work orders, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good idea, but I was like, yeah. Well, and a lot of people, sometimes they can't find our phone number, so it's really easy to take a picture and send an email.
What do you call for potholes, right? Nobody knows.
Right.
Put a QR code here. That never works.
Yeah. I'll suggest that to him. But that's our update. If you have any questions.
Austin, can I circle all the way back to the comprehensive plan meeting that you had?
Yeah.
What was the largest feedback items that you got? Typically, when you have groups of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people tend to have the same feedback, and then you group those and like prioritize some of your items.
Yeah.
Can you recall any of the top feedback items?
Well, I think I recall from our meeting with Kira, it was the rate of growth and the lack of keeping up with transportation.
We
So,
heard that at both up at Davis Bailey and down at Ashley. Both groups were saying kind of the same thing. And obviously, they want to see more commercial and industrial growth, slowing down residential growth. And have all the roads improved and infrastructure before development takes place.
I'm pretty sure you get probably a really big list. So you always get positive feedback, and then you always,
Mhm.
you'll get the other side. But it's always good to prioritize them and try to work on what's important to people, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Kira's neighborhood, and she can have it. She can have it.
Yeah, so there was a community survey that was put out there for about 30 days. So she was tallying up the results of that survey.
I do not envy her.
That was reported out 2 weeks ago to the planning commission. There was a separate work session that they had on that. And there will be a follow-up meeting in 2 weeks with the planning commission. And eventually, in September, information will then be presented to county council. And any changes to the plan will have to be done through a public hearing process. So there is a formal procedure
Right.
that will go through county council in fall. So there will be additional public participation.
Oh, and thank you, Dina, for placing this. The National Night Out event is at Ashley River and Davis Bailey Parks on August 1st. It's a partnership with us and the county sheriff, as well as other first responders. Open to the public. We've got tickets to hand out to people for Ashley River so that they can get free admission. And there's free hot dogs and drinks and stuff. It's an opportunity for the public to kind of come and enjoy the night with our local law enforcement. And our park tour, man, we're having a heck of a time getting everybody on the same page for that. So we're going to keep working on it, but it's probably going to get pushed back another month or two. So if you all would do the best to respond to us as quickly as possible so that we can align all the stars and make this thing happen. And these folders are for you guys to keep. We made these for folks that have wedding inquiries at the pavilion. Its intent is for us to put all the information in one spot, and they have something to go home with. And this is Mr. Chennis's daughter's wedding in the back, so he was very happy to see that.
All right, moment of weird silence is over. So, Dina, thanks for all the emails. I'm not a fan of emails in mass, but it's really helpful to have the go forward calendar appointments. I don't know if you all live in Outlook like I do, but that's a nice change. And it helps me. I'm glad. I hope it means something to everybody else. It takes a lot of time.
Keeps you organized.
Mm-hmm.
These folders are cool. I'm probably gonna turn mine in, but just because, I mean, I think it's a great way to present the agendas and whatever else we have going on in each meeting, so it's okay with you, no disrespect, but I'd rather
Sure.
just turn it in and we'll just keep using it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, yeah, I think that was cool. And I'm sorry I missed that DNR thing when they were electrifying the fish, because I've seen them do that before. and
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, some of the crappie they were pulling out too were like,
They pull out a bunch of stuff that I never catch because I don't think it's in there, but they showed up.
well, I think
Otherwise,
Well, I think someone commented on Facebook, it must be Must be the anglers, not the fish are there, so it must be the fishermen.
It's probably, totally. So, anyway, is there anything else noteworthy we need to know about? Right? All good? Anybody else have anything on the floor here? Renee, it's always a pleasure to see you. Ms. Brown, see you snuck in back there. Anybody else? Ms. Dean, anything?
I would like to give credit, Austin created these himself.
Ah, the creator.
You know,
Awesome. Well done.
with these computer programs, you just put a couple of pictures up there, you know.
It's cool. It's like AI, I just told you what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that's so terrifying. Well, if there's no other business for this team, I think we get a motion to adjourn. Second? All right, so at 6:34, we're adjourned. Thank you for everyone that could be here.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Did I go slow enough for you?
Yes, thank you.